Welcome back to the MWOD. You're with Yami and Kelly. We are in Copenhagen now, and we are at the Church of Pain at CrossFit Denmark. CrossFit Copenhagen, that's right. We're going to talk about two pieces today. So let's work on the squat. We've just finished our seminar here, and we're going to talk about getting into a really deep overhead good position, where I have to really focus on being able to maintain a neutral spine, not deviating or flexing, and being able to maintain that extra rotation torque. So two ideas is that the inside of the hip ends up being a large limiter in being able to get my hip out. That's this kind of inside piece, right? And the other thing is that in order so I don't reverse and I have good kind of reversal on the bottom, I need lots and lots of external rotation torque. So when I receive, I'm really looking to end up in a strong externally rotated position, and that means I need to be able to turn on and activate those external rotators. So homework number one today. Up against the wall. Oh, the worst ever. See if you get the ball, load that hip, load that other hip. Walk them down as far as you can. And I can use my feet to inchworm down, and then I'm just going to go ahead and contract, relax into my elbows, and open up, open up, open up. I love this because it keeps my back flat, and the wretchedness makes me feel terrible. So it's time to hit this again. Okay, let's go ahead and cultivate 2 minutes, and you can really understand how those adductors get long in this position. You'll notice that as soon as you do this position, you're like, hey, there's no torque in my adductors. Something magically happened. In this position, it's a much higher torque position. So let's open that up, and you can see why people land like this, because this business is short. Feet trying to land as straight as we can to generate as much torque as we can. So one idea is this is limiting me on the inside, but being able to externally rotate on the other side. So here's what I'm going to do. Hand on the foot, hand on the knee. If this is causing you outside knee pain, it's because you're hurting the outside of your knee. Get your foot up on a box, get that unloaded. So load, full forward, and then we're going to hang out and do our contract, relax. But I'm going to continue to search out different positions with each contract, relax interval. So 10 seconds on, off, and then I'm going to go again, and go belly button to foot, and we're going to call this Pigeon Sweep. And then ultimately, through that course of that 2 minutes, I'm going to also load and try to get my belly button over those knees. And I'll feel that tight corner, bam, and load that stuff and hang out and really load that thing in those kind of edges that don't feel good. And then play around with that business, all right? Got there and there. And then we'll retest with overhead squat. Whoop. Oh, look, I can get much more upright. I have good external rotation. Look at the difference between my left and my right. Is there any option there that you can see? Off the top of my head, this is a lot stronger position that gives me motor control and motor options, okay? That's homework number one. Now, onto the thoracic spine. We've got Yami working on overhead today, and we're going to do a little variation. We've got the Keg Drill working on thoracic extension. Yami's going to keep his arms straight. He's loading from the top, butt is up, and then he loads by dropping his butt and tries to pull the rib cage with. It's very difficult. This is the bane of his existence anyway. Nice variation with the barbell. He's got the barbell. It allows him to slide out and back a little bit differently. So maybe this is a better variation than the kettlebell or the dumbbell. The barbell allows him to lock off and then really fulcrum. And if I'm a super friend, I could even come over and block him where he is, and then he gets some better distraction through there. So the benefit of distracting the joints of the shoulder, he can reposition. I let him go where he wants, and then I can block him, and then he can suffer on his own. And we like that he's in control of the suffering here. Very nice. Our retest would be that overhead shoulder position. Awesome. And you'll notice that we've really worked hard to control that rib cage, that vertical rib cage, and then we should be able to see the ears, and there it is. Okay, so that's homework number one for the upper body. And then number two, by the way, this really is a church. We're not kidding. Welcome to the Church of Pain. If you're going to coach, you can just coach up in the bully pulpit and look down on your people. All right. Pain makes you beautiful. I give you what you want. So we're going to do bully stretch or working with some internal rotation. Remember, we want to mobilize the shoulder in a good position. So don't end up in the DB position with that shoulder forward. And Yami's got that band pretty high because he can handle it. but he's just going to get some distraction. In this position, that band is really pulling away, and it gives him this nice element that works on, and then he's working on keeping that shoulder back with the neck tie-in, and you can actually see the fascia being super tight through here, and you can actually see the bands of tension running through here, and that's a pretty good sign that he needs to be in there. With the shade, you can really see it. So good sign. He gets for the free tie-in as he ties that into his shoulder, much more effective. All right, so that's the homework today. Anything you want to add?
No, that's it.
All right, we will see you tomorrow. And now it's time for Shauna.
Shauna?
Shauna time.
The Finnish people say sauna.
Or doesn't everyone say sauna?
Yes.